Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. The Department of Justice. Yes, that Department of Justice has just decided, after what feels like 12 seasons of Epstein Island SUV, that maybe, just maybe, it's time to talk to the woman who ran the guest list. Praise God, dude. Ghislaine Maxwell. Remember her? Remember Ghislaine? Oh, I miss my Ghislaine. Good morning, Swill. I hope you're having a great day. Ghislaine Maxwell, the British socialite with a Rolodex that includes half of Washington, Wall Street, and probably your Uncle Todd. Raise your hand if you're on the list. No chance. The DOJ is finally saying they're going to meet with her about Epstein. Now, right now, in 2025, not 2019, not 2020, not when Epstein totally didn't off himself. Not when the media lost interest and the cameras in the jail cell and accidentally shut off. It's like a freaking reboot of The Office, or right now, what are they rebooting? They're rebooting Scrubs. Don't pay attention to Epstein. Look at Scrubs. Scrubs are over here. Remember Scrubs? What a fun show. No, now. They're doing it now. After years of silence, cover-ups, sealed files, pizza parties with world leaders that we weren't invited to, and I'm still angry about that. Pizzagate. Now they're finally interested in Ghislaine Maxwell. Fascinating timing, wouldn't you say? And the New York Times is suddenly pulling out the friendship bracelets and Polaroids like, oh, by the way, Trump and Epstein were actually super big pals. They hung out in 1996 at a pool party in Palm Beach. Sure. I'm sure they just shared juice boxes and watched Barney together. Never mind the Clintons. Never mind Bill Gates, who flew St. James to St. James more than Spirit Airlines. Let's focus on Trump because, surprise, election season is coming up. But wait, there's hope, because President Donald Trump, in his infinite wisdom, has ordered Pam Bondi, yes, that's right, Florida's absolute finest, to release the credible Epstein info they've got, which I assume is stored in a flash drive inside a hollowed out Bible in Mar-a-Lago behind a Diet Coke fridge. Pam Bondi's like, we're going to leave no PDF uninvestigated unless they donated to campaign people I worked with. This is not political. Actually, it's totally political. If Ghislaine Maxwell actually comes out and names one Democrat on camera, MSNBC is going to perform an exorcism live on TV. And if she says Donald Trump, Fox News will cut to commercial and show a gold Roth IRA or reverse mortgage that you finally need to do for your grandparents. But let's entertain this fantasy, shall we? Let's entertain the fantasy. What if Ghislaine Maxwell actually flips? What if Ghislaine Maxwell actually comes out and says, yeah, it was Adam Schiff. It was Comey. It was Brennan. They were all there wearing robes, chanting over a pentagram made of pizza crusts. What if Ghislaine Maxwell names names? Are Republicans actually going to do anything with these names? No. They're going to hold a committee, tweet angrily, or do some Truth Socials, and then get distracted by the next Bud Light can. This is what we do now, though. This is what we do now. We pop off Truth Socials. We pop off X's. We engage in culture war stuff. Let's not actually break down the real stuff that actually affects human beings, or maybe dismantles our entire government. The media will write a half-assessed story about how anonymous sources in a letter that maybe says Donald, a drawing of a naked woman allegedly signed by Donald in public hair. Over the weekend, I don't know if you saw that story that Wall Street Journal published that Donald Trump is actually besties friends with Epstein and drew him a picture to Epstein with a woman with some boobs on it or something and his name signed on her pelvic region.
I'm going to come.
But here's the truth. If the DOJ really wanted to burn the whole thing down, left, right, donors, Hollywood politicians, they would have done it years ago. Ghislaine Maxwell would have had a Netflix special called I Did It and So Did They, with a confessional, blooper reel, and a guest appearance from Bill Maher. Really? But they didn't. We haven't done anything about this because everyone knows. If you touch the Epstein files, your plane goes down, your brake lines get cut, your name gets switched out with unidentified male in the autopsy report. So is this a real investigation or just season 6 of who wants to distract the public next? Stay tuned. Meanwhile, next week, Hillary Clinton volunteers to lead the DOJ task force, and we all clap like trained seals. Or maybe, just maybe, it goes down for real. But don't hold your breath. Unless you're in a jail cell with no cameras and a history of billionaires. Will we ever get down to the bottom of what actually happened on the island? Let's get into it.
Hey, let's go.
Let's go lick the world.
Trust the government.
She sent in a little video for us. Oh. Here she is.
Hey, in spite of everything you've heard, and let me just make sure you all know that it's actually me. Say it's me.
Anti-woke.
Anti-woke?
Suck on this, Biden.
Would we the all of our...
Hey, good freaking morning, everyone. What's up, Richard? What's up, Crisp? What's up, Arugasu? What's up, Kristen? How are we feeling on this lovely day? This news story dropped this morning, and I just had to say something absolutely insane. There's no way anything's going to come from this this information. No way. This has got to be political, right? Do you think she's going to walk in and just start naming Obama and Clinton and the Republicans are actually going to do anything? Or what if she just walks in and just says, yeah, it was Donald Trump the whole time. It was Donald Trump with the candlestick in the living room. Every story right now, like MSNBC, NBC right here, Deputy Attorney General to meet with Epstein accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell. Maxwell was convicted of recruiting and grooming multiple teenage girls over a decade to be sexually abused by Jeffrey Epstein. Chris says the men in black will get switched out. Yeah, exactly. Just off to get a notebook and pen to take notes. Thank you, AI Journalism Derek. A1 Journalism Derek. Hey, you're welcome. Hey, take some notes, man. Take some freaking notes. So she's going to be, she was supposed to talk to DOJ. We'll see what actually happens of it. One of my favorite stories, actually, and I got to put it in reading form. I'm sorry, because I'm not going to pay for New York Times. I'm not going to pay for that commie. So New York Times just put out this news story. This it's not going away. It's just not going. I thought we were done talking about it. Now the Democrats are all pumped up to talk about it. Inside the long friendship between Donald Trump and Epstein, for nearly 15 years, the two men socialized together in Manhattan, Palm Beach, Florida, before falling out that preceded Mr. Epstein's first arrest. So early in the weekend, we got that Donald Trump was actually sending birthday cards to Jeffrey Epstein, drawing stick figure boobs and signing the crotch region with his name, only signing it as Donald. Yeah, because everyone knows Donald Trump as Donald. Nobody calls him Donald. And he signs everything Donald Trump. He doesn't sign anything just Donald. Freaking stupid. Just so stupid. Richard says, Ghislaine ran a Secret Service honeypot blackmail operation involving trafficking of underage girls, so we know she can be trusted. Exactly. Yeah, I trust her. Yeah. She's going to talk. Okay, we're going to finally get down to the bottom of this. This story isn't just going to go away all of a sudden. This story isn't going to just completely disappear. What's up, Joshua? On Kick. You have a preview of what's in the article, blah, 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 blah. Mar-a-Lago in March 1996. In the swirl of money and suntanned... You know, this reads like a TMZ article. You would think New York Times was a little more highbrow than this. I grew up with the understanding that New York Times is for really sophisticated people. And if you don't read from sophisticated news organizations or news articles, you're actually an idiot. In a swirl of money and suntanned women, that was their Palm Beach, Manhattan set. This reads like a love story. Donald J. Trump and Jeffrey Epstein spent nearly 15 years mingling side by side as public friends. They were inseparable. If I'm friends with somebody for 15 years and we hung out side by side, there'd be more than like 3 pictures of me, wouldn't you think? I think there's like, 3 pictures online that we've gotten of Donald Trump and Epstein. And the story always goes that billionaires hang out together, but then he found out that Epstein was actually doing disgusting stuff with underage women and he decided to kick them out of Mar-a-Lago, but that's whatever. New York Times is super serial. Yeah. Arugasu says, I hope Epstein doesn't go off on herself on the way to the courtroom. Yeah. Yeah. I would love for Hillary Clinton to actually be there as she's walking to the courtroom. There were lavish dinners with bold-faced names at Epstein's mansion on the Upper East Side. Lavish, sophisticated dinners hosted by Chef's Table's own Gordon Ramsay. And raucous parties with cheerleaders and models at Mr. Trump's private club and residence at Mar-a-Lago. In between, there were trips back and forth from Florida to New York. And on one of Mr. Epstein's private jets,
I'm gonna come.
but behind the tabloid glamour, who's writing this? I forgot who's writing this. Alan Fuhr. Oh, great, the Fuhr. Oh my God. Literally Hitler's writing this. The Fuhr. Alan Fuhr. Who are you, Alan Fuhr? Are you from Argentina? Tell us. And Matthew Goldstein. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But behind the tabloid glamour, questions have lingered about what Mr. Trump's, I like that you call him Mr. Trump. Come on, New York Times. He's the freaking president. You call him President Trump. What Mr. Trump's long association with Mr. Epstein says about his judgment and character. That's right. If you've ever been to a party with anybody absolutely insane, you are part of the problem. How dare you associate with people you know nothing about what really goes on behind the doors. In fact, before I hang out with anybody in IRL, I ask them about their entire internet search history so I will make sure they're not a dirty fascist. Another Destiny? You think I'm Destiny? Did I just get called a Destiny? Oh, you're an idiot. Hating Trump is valid, but loving Democrats is brain rot. Who do you think is hating Trump? Are you dumb? I'm reading a New York Times article, bro. Dude, welcome to the channel for the first time in your life. If you think I hate Trump, you're an idiot. Okay, God. Destiny. Oh my God, dude. If I ever get compared to Destiny again, I'm literally going to quit life in general. I'm going to walk out the room. I'm going to I'm going to come out as gay.
I'm gonna come.
That's just it. Don't ever call me Destiny again. Don't push that hate speech in this room, okay? That's hate speech. That's literal hate speech. You can go to jail for calling me Destiny. I will report you to the authorities. Okay, I want you locked up for the rest of your freaking life. Oh, a Trump glazer? Okay, you trying to just ask me, Dr. J. If you know nothing about me, just ask me. Trump glazer or Destiny? You have to be at the extremes. You can't just be somewhere in the middle and be a logically thinking human being. Trump glazer, which grift are you? What grift are you? What's your grift? I noticed that BBC calls him Mr. Trump a lot too. That is kind of crazy. Behind the tabloid glamour, and questions have lingered about Mr. Trump's association with Mr. Epstein, says his judgment and character, especially after his allies have stoked sinister claims about Mr. Epstein's connection with Democrats. After the relation ruptured, the disgraced financier ended up in bars not just once, but 2 times after being accused of engaging in sex with teenage girls. One of the women said that Mr. Trump groped her and Mr. Epstein brought her to Trump Tower in Manhattan to meet him. Where's the proof of that? What? Former swimsuit model Stacey Williams and Jeffrey Epstein brought her to Trump Tower where the future president groped her and campaign denied it. Okay, so nothing. Stop acting like Destiny, be yourself. Okay. I don't see it at all. Slight speech impediment and a far cry from unhinged meth jaw. Thank you. I do have a bit of a speech impediment here, okay? Okay. I am not on any performance enhancing drugs. I'll just put it out that Destiny's ginger child. Yeah. Me and Destiny go way back, bro. Me and Destiny are actually best friends. I think he's a genuine human being. I don't think he's an arrogant asshole prick. I think he's a great guy. He's a great guy. I don't think he's completely disingenuous 99% of his life. I don't think he knows what a genuine conversation actually is. Sounds like a romance novel written by a middle-aged housewife. It really does. It really does read off like that. One of the young women who later said Mr. Epstein groomed her and abused her was recruited into his world while working on a spa attendant in Mar-a-Lago. Another accuser recalled being eyed by Mr. Trump. Another accuser says that he is recalled being eyed by Mr. Trump. So Mr. Trump looked in her direction. That's sexual abuse.
I'm gonna come.
During a brief encounter in Mr. Epstein's office and claimed that Mr. Epstein had told Mr. Trump at the time that she's not for you. Okay. New York Times is really pushing this. I don't think anything's going to come from this Ghislaine Maxwell, this new drop with DOJ. Nothing's going to come from it. And if something does come from it, that'll be very interesting. And again, the question has always is, why didn't you do anything about this for a very long time? Let me just pull up this. I forgot. I should have added this earlier on. This interview with, let's see. I don't know why I didn't add this. This right here. This interview with Jake Tapper is absolutely crazy. And I don't know, Democrats are pretending like that it's all Trump's fault is so tarded. Okay, listen to this. This interview, this is from this weekend with Amy Klobuchar.
So President Trump posted on Truth Social Friday, quote, if there was a smoking gun in Epstein, why didn't the Democrats who controlled the files for 4 years and had Garland and Comey in charge use it because they had nothing, unquote. After the Miami Herald story broke in 2018, you said there was something not right in the Epstein case. But it's true that the president says there, Democrats didn't really seem to do anything about the Epstein files throughout the 4 years of the Biden administration.
Amazing.
I mean, should you have? You sit on the Senate Judiciary Committee. Senator Marsha Blackburn for years has been trying to get flight records and other information about Epstein released, and she seems to have been the only one on that committee trying to do so.
So the president blaming Democrats for this disaster, Jake, is like that CEO that got caught on camera blaming Coldplay, okay? Like, this is his making. He was president when Epstein got indicted for these charges and went to prison. He was president when Epstein committed suicide. The point is that neither of you are doing anything about it. Not one or the other. I love when you watch these news programs and someone's asking a question. You could just see the guest going like this. They're already queuing up what they're going to say. She already has her given talking points. And then there was another case, as you know, that continued during the Biden administration. But he was president back then, so all of us would believe they know what's in these documents. They know it's there. They've been claiming forever that they should be released. And it is the Trump administration that gave a bunch of binders that said Volume 1 to reporters just in the last month. It is the Trump administration that has made this promise that they're going to release it. So I am blaming Democrats for this. To me, I'm sorry, this is the people that have been fomenting this are right-wing influencers, members of Congress, people who have a reason that they want to know what's in there. They believe the president when he said there's stuff in there that people should see. Wall Street Journal, these are not bastions of liberalism or wild progressives that have come out and said the public have a right to know what is in these documents.
That's called an old-fashioned deflection. Congratulations. Congratulations. Hey, it's Donald Trump's thing. We didn't actually care to look into it until Donald Trump said there's nothing here. Now we can score political points and have a little bit more political theater and make people believe that Donald Trump is hiding something. And that's exciting for us. It's all about mind games with these people. They don't actually care. They don't care about the victims. They don't actually care about corruption. I mean, Democrats are the epitome of corruption. I mean, ever since what they did to Bernie Sanders, then so on. Like, we don't even have to keep going about how corrupted the Democrats are. They're just more mad that we're not talking about them. How do we find Epstein did it again? I've forgotten. A long time ago in Florida by a man named Mike Cernovich. Look that up. He broke a lot of the Epstein case. Violet says, I don't see how Epstein plucking Trump's employees makes Trump guilty. No, I don't either. I don't either. Violet says, it's no secret Trump loves pretty ladies. He's not a rapist, though. Yeah, it turns out rich guys like to date younger women. Young, hot women. This is a news story that deserves breaking? Okay, sure. Yeah. And none of these liberals would ever do that sort of thing. None of these progressive liberals would ever do that. It's no secret. I'm totally fine with Epstein being a nonpartisan issue, and that's how I feel about it. It's not about Trump. I don't even care about the Democrats. I just want to know, you know. And again, if Trump didn't flame the flames during the entire election cycle, then we probably wouldn't even be fixated on it. But it was stated on every single podcast. We're gonna look into it. We're gonna open the files. And then it's just been the most non-transparent thing to ever be unveiled. Yes, we got 250,000 pages of MLK yesterday. But I'm not asking for that. I'm not asking for that. I know somebody put out a hit job on MLK Jr. Let's just be honest about that. MLK is not my generation's issue. It's freaking Epstein. We want to know. And we're all autistic due to being online and everything's black and white. So we want to know now. We don't want to know. We don't want any more of these lies. So the question is for you guys, will anything come from this investigation with Ghislaine Maxwell, who obviously can't be trusted whatsoever and has every reason to lie in the book? Or should we just pretend like this story doesn't even exist? I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do when it comes to this. So Ghislaine Maxwell might talk. The DOJ might care. And the media might stop pretending that Epstein was just some weird nerd with a plane. I have no idea. But probably not. We're probably going to get another 3 weeks of headlines about how Trump once stood near an Epstein charity gala in 1993 and he looked over at a chick and therefore they're basically running the island together. Meanwhile, half of Hollywood is still sweating. Bill Gates is mysteriously unavailable for a comment, and nobody can explain why Prince Andrew keeps hiding behind a family fern while he's in witness protection at a garden center. What is going on with Prince Andrew? Is he vindicated all of a sudden? I thought he was a horrible human being. If you enjoy this circus, you like truth, you like to have a little fun watching people squirm, do me a favor, if you don't mind dropping a like on this video, smash the button like it's a hard drive at the DNC, if you don't mind. The algorithm is not going to like these sort of comments, but maybe the algorithm is. I think pay attention to the algorithm. If you get showed more Epstein stuff, that kind of cues you into what's actually okay, because those of us that have been talking about Epstein for like 10 years, 5 years, those videos did not do well. And all of a sudden, it's okay to talk about very interesting stuff. All right, guys, I'm going to go to work. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Have a wonderful day. And if you didn't watch last night's video live stream, that was one of the most fun live streams I've had in a while. We ended it with a country song, handwritten from the dome, a country song about Hunter Biden. It was a fantastic night last night. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys live later.